Excuse me. Must have, there's a little tail thing here that comes on the microphone here along with the things. I must have sat on it or something. Okay. I never forget, I swear to you, I'm doing this meeting in Chicago one time, and I've never been mic'd up like, normally, they have these little box deals here, and you have to wire the thing up underneath the thing there. And I was doing this big meeting in Chicago. It was a very important meeting, right? And for some reason, they had this microphone there where you had to install it here, and it was a cord that ran down, and then it plugged in at the bottom and ran back to where I was coming in. So I'm coming in like I did here, right? And I'm boogieing, getting to this deal, and I come around the step. I mean, here's the podium, right? And I get right to about here, and it went, I mean, whoa! And I had a very similar sound like I had a little minute ago. That's what reminded me. But anyway, as I talk to you here today, it's real important too to just get past listening to me as the president of the company. I'm a distributor. I started out like every single person in the room, other than the fact that there was no one had lost weight, nobody had made any money in the company. And, I told you a couple of cute little stories last night and stuff like that. But, the reality was I was very nervous about starting Herbalife. I was very scared. I was very nervous about, was I going to be able to make it? This was something that I truly wanted to do very badly. It was very important to me because of personal circumstances to help people lose weight. It meant a tremendous amount to me. And I really was trying very hard in the beginning. And I got to be honest with you, I wasn't getting much results in the very beginning. It was difficult. A lot of people laughed at me when I got started. It was difficult when I went to my 15 best friends and showed them how excited I was. And, maybe I was stupid or whatever, but I was excited about my baggie full of powder. They couldn't visualize what the labels were like, but I saw what the vision was. I thought we were going to be able to do a good job and so on. And everybody laughed at me. They just thought it was a stupid idea, that I was never going to be able to make it. My family thought I was totally out of my mind. I got one person in my family on the product, which was my grandmother. She was the only one that would try it, and she lost 25 pounds. I finally got my cousin on the product the second month that we were in business. And it was so sad. What happened to him is 100 pounds overweight, got him to lose 25 pounds the first month, and I couldn't get him started again. And I was so discouraged about the fact that I couldn't get my cousin onto the product. I was so discouraged that he wasn't going to be able to take this instead of taking what he was taking. And he stayed fat like that for a long time. And, it was very discouraging to see that. And everybody was making fun of me back then. But I finally got a few more people in the family on the products. And I'll tell you what got them on the products. After my granny lost weight on the product, about 2 years later, my uncle finally went on the product and lost 40 pounds. 2 years later, by the way. And that was predominantly because I kept sending them our journals every single month in the mail. They were on the mailing list, and they got the journals, and they saw the stories and so on. And finally got him on the product. And then when he got on the product, my cousin got on the product and started losing weight. And so I had 3 people in my family on the product. And pretty soon I had 4, and then I had 5. And after 10 years, I had about 11 or 12 people on the product. I'm now very, very excited to say 13 years, I've got 16 now of my family on the products. That cool? 16. God, I'm doing so good. This last year I scored big. I got 3 more. It was really good. The rest of my family's waiting for me to get a regular job. And a lot of them don't believe, they just can't comprehend what's going on here. They don't understand. They all knew me from when I was young. Some of you don't know my personal story. I only went to the 9th grade in school. Never did graduate high school. And, I didn't have a real rosy background and so on. And most of my relatives just can't comprehend where I was and what I started and what this has become. They just don't get it. And so I feel fortunate that, I kept trying every single day. And pretty soon I had a few customers, and pretty soon I had a few distributors that believed in me, like Jerry Svetanovich was such an inspiration to me back then. because remember, you know, as I was signing up people, they were dropping out like flies on me. I signed up 169 first line distributors in the first 196 distributors in the first 6 months. And at the end of that, I only had 16 supervisors. And I mean, they were coming in and saying, don't worry about ever signing up anybody again, because you'll be able to retire off me alone. And that was the last time I saw them. You know what I'm saying? I'd call them up. Their phone was disconnected. You know what I'm saying? And it was a total tragedy. But Jerry would get me excited because, you know, she'd come in and buy $100 worth of product. God, what a great day that was, man. I mean, you know, $100 worth of stuff, I made $25. All right. I mean, do you understand? There was a time when $25 at a time was what was getting me excited. Do you understand that? Just like you get that little bitty yes that gets you excited. And I think what got me more excited, or at least kept me excited, was excess. Just pouring it on, doing everything I possibly could. I mean, you guys would never do the kind of stuff we did to retail these products. I mean, we approached anybody, any place. It was just unbelievable. I mean, anything to try to sell the products and get it moving and stuff like that. So when you listen to me here today, think of me as a distributor, you know, building customer by customer, distributor by distributor. And why do I have faith about getting to $1 billion? It's real simple. It's not much different doing $1 billion than 100 million. It really isn't. I started out at 0, then we went to 2 million, then we went to 10 million, then we went to 100 million. And you know, the only difference between hitting from 100 million to $1 billion is just doing the same things. We're going to do the same things to get there. We're going to keep using the products. We're going to keep getting people on the products. We're going to keep getting people involved in the business and so on. And then all we need is more people on the products, more people doing it, and we'll get to the billion. I mean, the only difference between 100 million and $1 billion, I figure, is a 0. You know what I'm saying? It's just more of us getting out here and doing the job. But I want to introduce the new International Success System to here this morning. It is very, very exciting. It's going to, no doubt, make your organization move faster than we've ever moved in our history since we've started. It's very, very exciting. And here's the thing I want you to write down in your notes when I start to explain the system to you. First of all, you're going to be making more money. Now, hey, wait. Let's make one thing real clear here. When you're going to clap with enthusiasm. Don't give me this little dish hand rag deal. Tell you more money and you give me a crazy, babe. Well, I mean, let's get it jacked up about the deal. And I'm excited about this. I mean, you know, look at this. Mark Hughes, 13 years. After all these years, still wearing a button. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Ah. See me on the street, I'll stop you. Huh. This. Okay. The new success build, the first thing, more money. Now, here's what's important to understand about this system that we're going to describe to you here. First of all, momentum is something that's extremely important. And you need to understand when you don't have momentum, you normally do things that you wouldn't do when there's lots of momentum going on. When there's no momentum, you have to work harder to get your business going. You got to say a lot more about your business to get people interested. You got to try a lot harder in order to get someone interested. You got to tell them 10 times more about the products because the products are unknown. So they want to know about every single ingredient in the product. They need to know if it's safe and effective and so on. They want to know if it's going to hurt their grandmother and all that sort of thing. So when there's no momentum, you end up having to say a lot more about the product. You end up having to say a lot more about the plan because no one's making money in it. So you have to get down to every single detail about how the plan's going to work. You've got to convince them that the company is going to stay alive. You've got to tell them that the company's not going to go bankrupt. There's all these things that happen when you don't have momentum. But when momentum hits, for instance, when I got started, we always said use the products, wear the button, and talk to people. But after we said that, everybody said, yeah, but I want to know. I mean, let me tell you, the first couple of weeks, when I was only 23 years of age going out here and showing this stuff, they didn't know where this stuff was made or who the doctors were and who all the backup was. We had to go through every single ingredient. We had to show them textbook stuff. We had to go through every inch of the marketing plan. In other words, we had to be a lot better back in the beginning at our presentations, what we said, than once we had momentum. Because once people started making big money in the company, and once so many people had lost weight, we started saying less about the products and saying, hey, you know, here's what the product is. And when they said, well, what's in it? Say, well, what's in it is great. But let me show you what's happened with the product. And we did what we did last night, and we let the results do the selling for the product other than us trying to sell the product so much. When we got into the marketing plan in the beginning, we showed every single detail of it. Then once we had people making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, there was so much success, we just said the marketing plan is absolutely awesome. You get 50% when you're at supervisor, you get 555 on your 3 levels, checks come in the mail, it's awesome. Let's hear from the testimonials. And that's about as much as we said, and we just heard from the people telling their testimonials. And so what I'm saying is, when momentum comes, it starts to be easier for doing the exact same job. How many of you have found that now that Thermogenics has been out for the last 7-8 months, that it's easier selling it right this moment than it was back in May? Isn't it something? Okay, wait a second. We gotta get something straight. Whenever we clap with enthusiasm and excitement. Is it easier now? Okay, I want you to write something down in your notes. Very key point here. I learned this in the very beginning. When you get someone involved or you're talking to someone, okay, they're about 25% as excited about this as you are. So if you're going to be saying, I just said, you know, is it easier to sell than it was before? And you give us a, way to go, Mark. You know, you give one of those, I mean, imagine how your people that you're talking to, you know, they're all in Geritol Junction. You know what I'm saying? Excitement. Every time we clap, I mean, is it easier to sell now than it used to be? There you go. Okay, we'll get you guys before the day, before we get done with you here. It's all future president's team members in this room here. There's this funny thing, huh? Yeah, yes, give her a hand too. Yeah. Do we have any more requests from this side? When you get momentum going, okay, it's really something. If you were to roll a ball downhill, it starts out at 1 speed, doesn't it? And then it starts getting faster and faster and faster. And where is it going the fastest? At the bottom of the hill here. And that's what's happening with our company right now. The fact is people know the Herbalife name today, don't they? They respect the Herbalife name. You know what I'm saying? They know who we are. They're starting to learn what Thermogenics is. I was talking with some of the people that were handing out a lot of flyers, and they said that they had one flyer that they were having a lot of problems with in the beginning because everybody in the town was doing the exact same flyer, and they thought it was diluting all their effects. And you know what started happening? Because everybody was doing the same flyer, and they started wearing their buttons that had the flyer on it, people started coming up to them. Oh, my goodness. I can't even talk if I have one of these. But they started noticing that with their buttons on, people started coming up with them because they had seen the flyer once, twice, 10 times, 50 times, and they never called the number. Then they saw someone walking down the street that had a similar slogan on their button to the flyer. Guess what happened? They started getting stopped right on the street and saying, hey, what is that stuff anyway? And they started getting sales free. Okay, and so what happens is when momentum starts happening to you, it's just absolutely awesome and so on. I can't tell you how many times I'm stopped when I'm just walking around from people that say, you know, hey, aren't you that guy? I mean, you know, aren't you him? And I say, yeah, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let me tell you something. Awesome things are going to happen to you guys in this room. Things that you never expect, things that you never anticipated. You know, some of you stood on the stage last night, never anticipated that. You'll have people that'll want to meet you guys. You guys are going to become legends, I'm telling you. There'll be kings that'll want to invite you to their homes. There's prime ministers that are going to want to invite you guys to their homes and so on. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. You know, I never knew this kind of stuff was going to happen to me when I started the company back 13 years ago, and I was out here saying it was going to happen, it was going to happen, it's going to happen. By golly, we're going to make it happen. And let me tell you something, every single night I can remember I was praying it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we all are when we start. We're wishing something's going to happen. We start trying to make something happen, and we do it every single day to the best of our ability. And by golly, a year goes by, 2 years goes by where you put on the sweat and you put on the steam and you get discouraged and you get, you know, frustrated and you get tired. And sometimes it's very lonely being all alone where, you know, you can't get a hold of your sponsor sometimes and you're frustrated with your flyers that aren't working and your families that make fun of you. But by golly, it's worth going through the sweat. It's worth going through the pain. It's worth trying every single day. Because I'll tell you something, towards the end of the journey, as you get to the tabulator team and you start getting to the millionaire team and you get to the president's team, you'll look back and you'll say, by golly, it was worth every single minute of it.
By golly, it was worth every freaking minute. Welcome to the call. Make sure you're able to say that by the end of your journey, that it was worth it, right? Jerry Cooper, active royalty member, been in the business, been signed up for 6 years as of last weekend, I want to say. Been doing the business about 4.5, 5 years. I would say involved in the business about 4.5 to 5 years. Intentionally doing business with a purpose, with fire, with tenacity, about 2 years, right? And this is the thing that I want you guys to remember is that because you're fired up about the business doesn't mean you're operating with intensity. Get that clear. Because I remember when I first started, like when I actually started realizing what was possible, I was excited and I was just super, super fired up about what could happen, but I wasn't putting that same fire into action to make it happen, if that makes sense. I was just excited, you know what I'm saying? Being excited is definitely part of it, but it's 100% not the whole pie. So if you want the whole pie, take action, be excited, continuously be a student, show up to events, use the products, wear the brand, talk to people, talk to hella people, talk to hella people, talk to hella people, right? Mark Hughes just said, I signed up 100, in my first 6 months of doing business, I signed up 196 people. Only 16 supervisors stayed from those 196. What's Bridget, I'm just going to ask you because I know you're good at this. Please give me the ratio. What number is that? Like as far as the percentage of people, just work on that. You can type it in the chat after or during, right? 16 people stayed out of 196. And some of you guys are mad because you signed up 1 or 2 people and none of them stayed. Like, it's going to take a numbers game. It's going to take you to take immense action. It's going to take for you to talk to a gang of people more than you think. 8%. That's, dude, 8%? 8% of the people. So, okay, look at, imagine this. 8% of the people that you talk to will sign up. Or no. Actually, that's wrong. 8% of the people that you sign up will stay in your business. So what is that? If you sign up 100 people, eight people gonna stay. If you want to build a president's team business, it's gonna take more than 8 people for sure. We got 9 people on this call right now. It's 8 of y'all and me. This ain't enough for a president's team business. That's just the facts. So what do we got to go do? Talk to more people with intent and with intensity, right? As you're on your journey, people are going to talk about you. Your family's not going to understand about what you're doing. I was just talking to Amanda the other day, and I was just she was telling me, she's like, yeah, my parents just think it's about just shakes, like just drinking shakes and selling shakes. Like my parents, the same thing. Like especially my dad. My dad doesn't even understand, like, he just thinks that you can make some side money doing this. He doesn't understand that this is a whole business platform. He doesn't understand about network marketing, multi-level marketing. He doesn't understand about the royalties that go into this. He doesn't understand about the influence. He doesn't understand about the possibility. All he knows is that his son got in shape. He's doing something that he enjoys. He doesn't know that in the next couple of years, his whole life is about to change. He won't even realize it. And this is the thing. It's not for your parents nor your friends to understand. It's not about that. It's about for you to understand, and it's about for you to continuously chase your dreams and say, you know what? I don't care about what so-and-so says. I don't care about people talking bad about Herbalife. Like, I don't even mention negativity in Herbalife because I don't even give it the acknowledgement. Like, when people talking about, oh, it got estrogen, or you feel me, or it be doing this, or the soy gives you estrogen, or you know what I'm saying, that some people supposedly had died, even though that's not really the case. But talking about people then died and they got the lawsuit and shit like that. My favorite thing to say is, I don't know about that, but I can tell you X, Y, Z. Yeah, I don't know about that, but listen, I know I gained 40 pounds of muscle. I know I done traveled over the country. I know I'm going to New Orleans for extravaganza. Extravaganza! Right? I know I'm about to go do that. I know I'm about to inspire more people. I know I'm about to make more money. I know I'm about to be a better person. I know I'm about to be a better leader. I don't know about what you talk about, but this is what I know from my experience, right? So whenever people come to you about negativity, talk about your experience. So when I say make it worth it, right? When you're mad that people aren't signing up with you because they're not sure about the business opportunity, be the social proof to say, you know what? Okay, you don't want to sign up yet because you don't know if it's real. Let me show you that I'm over here making money. Let me go get clients. Oh, you're not sure about the results? You think that you could do it on your own? Okay, let me make sure that my results are stupid. Let me make sure I get in the gym. Let me make sure that I'm taking my shakes twice a day. Let me make sure I'm taking my tablets 3 times a day. Let me make sure I'm drinking my beauty booster 1 to 2 times a day. Let me make sure that I'm drinking the tea and I'm burning 100 calories every cup. You know what I'm saying? Let me get on the gram after I take my lift off, so people can see the energy that you know what I'm saying, that I'm actually fired up, that is coursing through my veins. Let me show you what it's about. What it do, baby? Just like Kawhi, right? Talk about what it do, baby. Exactly. What it do? Let me show you what's popping. So be the social proof first off, and then people will start to believe after, because it's not their job. Again, it's not their job for them to believe in your vision, but it is your job to show that it's real and that your vision is in motion, right? So if you're going to do that, operate with intensity, please. Extravaganza's coming up. Woo! We finally here. This is the last call before extravaganza. So just for everybody to know, next week, while we're at extravaganza, there will be no call. Next Sunday, there will be no call because we'll be in extravaganza doing the whole thing. Extravaganza! Right. So maybe we might do it Monday. I can't guarantee that right now, but I know for sure. I know for sure that we're gonna do it this following Sunday, right? So what I will suggest for you guys is that the momentum is coming. Well, this is not even a suggestion. This is just the facts. Momentum is coming. Just like Marquis said, it's a lot harder to operate. Carlos, I see you with the extravaganza hat. Yes, definitely. Thank you. Awesome. Perfect. Can you show that to everybody just for people that's, you know what I'm saying? Can you just go ahead and put it, you know what I'm saying? Right. So when you get your Gen H ticket, right, if you purchase it early, you're able to get certain gifts every year at extravaganza. You get a hat, you get like, it's different every year, but you definitely get a hat, you definitely get a pin, you definitely get a shaker cup. It might be like a lunchbox. Last year it was a lunchbox. The year before that, I believe it was like I don't even remember what it was. I don't remember what it was, but they give you some cool gifts for sure when you get your Gen H ticket. A gym bag. Yeah, the gym bag. So every year they change it up, but it's super dope. But it's always harder to operate and do business when you're not on fire, right? Or when you're not in momentum, or when things aren't going your way, when shit is happening in your life. You got somebody in your background looking hard, Zadie, like, you listening on the call? Yeah, girl, you can come on the call too. It's all right. You can listen. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? We want you to join too. You know what I'm saying? It's always harder when nothing's going your way, when shit is happening to you. Listen, I'm going to tell you something like this. Shit is going on in my life right now. A lot of shit. I got a lot on my plate. But the thing about it is that if you want to eat, you're going to have a big plate. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to go through a lot of shit. And it's part of the story. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of inspiring people to say, yo, I made it through all of this bullshit that's hitting me in the left cheek, in the right cheek, in the forehead, and smacked me in the back of my neck. Hella little shit going on. That's okay. Be a champion or fold. Those are the two options. Be a champion, get through it, fight through, come out on top, or fold like a napkin. You have the option to be either one. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be harder to be a champion, but it's going to be 100 times more worth it than if you just fold. Promise, right? So the thing about it is, I know how it is in the beginning, in the middle of the year. You've been going hard all year. We've been fired up about Extravaganza. We've been going to events. We've been talking about it for a while. I know as we're talking about it, momentum doesn't stay the same because this is network marketing. This is an independent business. So in business in general, it goes up and down. I completely understand that. I already know, right? I know at the beginning of the year, just the trend of how things go when around this time, things get a little bit slower just because people are checked out, right? Or people are less enthused or whatever the case is. And that's fine. That's okay. People are human. But it's your duty to make sure that your success comes first. So I have something great that's going to happen to us. Extravaganza is happening this week. Our momentum is going to come back. For those of you guys who have not been to Extravaganza, it's going to be in freaking sane. It's going to be dumb. It's going to be everybody that you see on Instagram, all the people, all your Herbalife idols, all the people that you look up to, all the people that you say, yo, I want my business to be like theirs. I want to emulate something like them. They're a leader that I respect. Whatever the case is, they will be at Extravaganza, right? You'll get a chance to be rubbing shoulders with president's team members that live on the other side of the country, right? You have the opportunity to talk to people. You have the opportunity to learn. You have the opportunity to network, build relationships. Extravaganza, look, I built one of my, so Keon Owens, Champion 1000, right? I reached out to him before Extravaganza, I think about 2 years ago or some shit like that. Excuse my French, sorry. I reached out to him about 2 years ago before Extravaganza. So then when I seen him at Extravaganza, it was all love. Like, bro, what's up? You know what I'm saying? We had like a 30-minute conversation just about life and business and things like that. So building that relationship with him allowed me to grow as a leader for myself. You know what I'm saying? So if you have somebody you want to talk to, or somebody that you want to get information from, or somebody that you look up to, don't hesitate to walk up to that person. Don't hesitate. Because I know that feeling where you're like, oh, it's them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you feel like maybe they might not want to speak to you. But at the same time, don't come to that person with a question as if like, yo, what's your favorite shake flavor? Like, come on. We got to have substance. Andrew, thank you. Have 10 seconds of courage. Just like you had that 10 seconds of courage when you're going out and you're doing face-to-face, you have to have that 10 seconds of courage if you want to get some information. If you know that this person has information, if you know you respect this person, if you know they have a huge monumental business that you want to emulate in some fashion, right? You need to go up to that person and speak to them and have a good, substantial question to ask. Not your favorite shake flavor, not your favorite product, not how do you run a fit club, none of that. Ask a question about leadership. Ask a question about how do you help people in your organization? How do you build a bigger organization, right? Ask questions that you may not know the answer to. That's something that you really need, not something simple. Because you don't want to waste people's time, and at the same time, you want that person to respect you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them thinking to themselves like, this person just asked me my favorite shake flavor. Like, that has nothing, like, you guys get what I'm trying to say? Like, that's weak. That's a weak-ass question. That's a weak-ass question. I'm just keeping it all the way 1K because I won't lie to you guys. Don't ask that question to nobody. Like, come with something real. The fire is going to come back. You're going to hear a lot of amazing stories about what happened over the last year as far as growth. You're going to hear a lot of different concepts. You're going to hear about a lot of celebrations. You're going to hear pretty much everything. They might be releasing new products at Extravaganza, or they might be talking about products that are going to be released after Extravaganza. And also we'll get the date, or not the date, but we'll get the location to the next Extravaganza next year. If you're not going this year, you need to make sure that between 1 year from pretty much now until next Extravaganza, that you're doing everything in your power to make sure that you're in a proper position to go next year. Because next year, don't quote me, but I think it might be in LA. So if it's in LA, that's a lot easier than New Orleans. I understand that people, you know, necessarily couldn't get flights, or they couldn't get, you know what I'm saying, arrangements for their family members or whatever the case may be. I understand that completely. I never want to have nobody break themselves to get to an event, because at the end of the day, you still have to live life after the event. I get that completely, right? But if you have the ability to go, I highly suggest that you go. So there's going to be moments of clarity, and I'm going to repeat this later on in the week. I believe probably like Friday, I'll probably repeat this again. But just as a pre-reminder, there's going to be moments of clarity. There's going to be moments of epiphany. There's going to be moments of, I get it now. There's going to be moments of that at Extravaganza. I highly suggest, when you have that moment, when you feel that moment coming on, take your phone out and record yourself and just start speaking into the camera about what you're feeling at that moment. Because 4 months from now, when the momentum from Extravaganza ain't just in your face, you're going to look at that video and remind yourself about how you felt, about why it's important to keep going, about why you need to stay on course, about why your future is important. Because there's going to be challenging events that happen to you for the rest of your life, but especially for the rest of the year, where you're like, man, I don't feel like doing this. I'm unmotivated. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like getting up this morning. And then that's when you pull out that video. Then we will have LDW. Yes, exactly. Yes. And then 3 months after Extravaganza, we'll be at LDW. You know what I'm saying? In San Francisco with my boy speaking, Stephen Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be litty. So pull your phone out, record yourself, speak about whatever is on your mind. Speak about how you're feeling. Speak about what you see in the future. Speak about the excitement that you have. Because when it's 90, 150 days after Extravaganza, and you're in the morning and you're sitting there scrolling on Instagram, when really you should be working, or, you know what I'm saying, doing follow-ups or whatever the case may be, pull your phone out, look at that video, see how fired up you were about the opportunity, about what was about to happen in your life. I guarantee you, if you do this, you will not lose momentum, because it's easy to forget the momentum or the excitement about somebody else on stage. But if you look at yourself in your peak state a few months ago about yourself and your business and what you're doing, I guarantee you that's going to fire you up. I guarantee it. I still got the video from last year when I was looking at myself talking about, yeah, we're going to Millionaire Team next year. You know what I'm saying? We didn't make it to Millionaire Team yet, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't change the goal, just change the date. That was one of the bars that I heard at one of my first events. If you set a goal out and you don't hit it, by the time that you say you're going to hit it, that's okay. Don't downplay your goal. Don't degrade your goal. Just change the date. That's okay. Things don't always work out how you think they're going to work out, but they always work out how they're supposed to, right? I wasn't meant to hit Get Team in my first 2 years because I wasn't the person I was supposed to be, right? Now, as we're progressing and growing, as more books that I read, the more people that I talk to, the more people that get inspired, you know what I'm saying? Now, okay, Jerry, you've paid your dues. It's coming. It's coming your way. Keep applying pressure, right? We've been saying that for a whole year now. It was pretty much me and Bridget saying it for a whole year, but keep applying pressure no matter what. By the way, please still look up that trademark situation. If we can, you feel me? Go ahead and get that, whatever the case is, because that would be awesome. Bet it. Okay, bet. So do that, please. I'll remind you guys on Friday. So I'm going to type the address in the group chat right now on Telegram about the address to the Airbnb. Boom, it's sent right now. That is the address to the Airbnb. I know people are arriving anytime between, I know me and Andrew will be there Tuesday, so pretty much 48 hours from now we'll be there. It almost seems like it's unreal because we've been talking about this since January. Me and Andrew will be there Tuesday. I know Angelica and Tango will be there Wednesday morning. I know Bridget lands about Wednesday afternoon. I know Amanda lands about Wednesday night. Jorge, I don't know when you come. Rain, I don't know when you come. Josefina, I don't know when you come. Carlos, I don't know when you come. I know you come Wednesday. But pretty much for all you guys that are coming on Wednesday, you guys can just come straight to the Airbnb, right? So it'll all be set up. If the money has been paid, it's all good. There's no more obligations as far as that. Now you just got to make sure you get there safely. That's the only thing. And enjoy yourselves. Disclaimer, the weather does say that it might be a 40% chance of rain. So please pack accordingly, right? It's going to be hot rain though. Like I don't believe it's going to be cold. I believe it's going to be hot rain. So please dress accordingly. Don't be caught out there with no jacket, no hood because you want to be cute or whatever the case is. Just, you know what I'm saying? I'll leave San Jose Thursday and get there Friday at 1 a.m. So I'll wake you guys up. Bet it. We'll probably be up. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, please dress accordingly. Look up the weather on your weather app Thursday morning. Okay, awesome. Bet it. It's going to be awesome. Look up the weather. Please dress accordingly. Again, you're going to need outfits for Friday, business casual, Saturday, come with that shit. Sunday, most people will dress in jerseys. Most people will dress down. Us as an organization, we're keeping the standard high. We're coming with some more shit on Sunday. It don't got to be as popping as Saturday, but again, just very presentable Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Sunday night, have your club outfit, whatever you're going to wear to that. I don't know the dress code of the club, but I know last year I wore sneakers. I know some clubs don't allow sneakers. I had sneakers last year. Just in case, bring something that you know will get you into any club. Just whatever that may be. Women, I'm not sure. Heels, whatever. Most women are pretty good with whatever y'all come in as women. That's great enough for the club. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the gentlemen, more than likely, hard bottom shoes. Again, don't quote me because I know I wore Vans last year. I'm just saying what it could be because that was Houston. This is New Orleans. I don't know. I've never been. I'm just saying. I'll look at, in fact, you know what I'll do? I'll reach out to Jerry and I'll be like, bro, is there a dress code? And I'll let you guys know about either tonight or tomorrow. So that's that. Is there anything else I need to talk about Extravaganza? Oh, bring your own products. Bring your own products. If you have the opportunity to get down to, how many days are we planning on working out? Bridget, like, working out? Hella funny. She like, working out?
No, I'm like, is that even a question? Like, every day?
Right. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't necessarily planning on working out every day, but I was definitely planning on working out at minimum twice. Minimally twice, I was for sure gonna work out. So, bring, you know what I'm saying? Bring a couple of gym outfits or whatever, workout attire, whatever, right? I would say however many you want to work out. Obviously, if somebody wants to work out a little bit more than somebody else, it ain't no big deal. But I would definitely like to get at least minimally one group workout together. You know, we get some videos, you know what I'm saying? We out there laughing, talking shit, the whole shit, right? It's going to be awesome. It's going to be dope. It's going to be New Orleans. We're going to create that team environment, right? We're going to create that team culture because there's going to be eyes on us, watching us being in Extravaganza. Me and Bridget crossfitting, weightlifting in New Orleans. Whatever, dude. I'm with it. I'm with whatever.
Corey, you know I don't CrossFit, but I'll clean with you though.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and do that. I'll just continuously bodybuild. Okay, that'll be cool. There's going to be people watching this. There's going to be people that's like, yo, what is he or she doing in New Orleans? Why is he or she with all these people? They're all staying in this big ass house. What are they doing? Oh, they're doing Herbalife. I thought it was just shakes. Oh, they're out there having fun. They're looking good. They're at this huge ass event. They're with 30,000 people. They got stupid bust down suits on. They got stupid bust down dresses on. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be people watching you. Make sure that your content is up to par because you're doing your due diligence to show the spotlight about what's going on social media, right? That's going to be very important because there's going to be people that's watching you. And then when you come back, hit you up and say, hey, what was that you was doing in New Orleans, bro? Hey, sis, I seen you in New Orleans. What was that? You know what I'm saying? They're going to ask you. So you got to make sure you got pictures, videos, memories to assist in what they're saying and say, yo, look at this. Because you want to have a lot of content to not just last the weekend, but in the future, right? Because when next year comes up for next year's extravaganza, you want to be posting stuff about what happened at the last year's extravaganza. Yo, last year I came by myself or I came with 2 people to extravaganza. Now, a whole year later, I'm coming with 10 of my own downline. If you want that to be you, you need to do your due diligence. You need to talk to more people. You need to show more people about what it is. And you need to keep that intensity that you get from extravaganza and permeate that for the next year. That's what you're going to have to do. If you're coming by yourself and this is your first time, that's okay. I went to my first extravaganza by myself. But if you're coming to extravaganza this year, next year, if you want to be building a business, it's unacceptable for you to come by yourself. Unacceptable. Unacceptable, right? And that's not by the standards of me. That's by the standards of yourself saying that you want to do this business, you want to change your life, you want to travel the world, you want to inspire, you want to be on stage, you want to make a lot of money, you want to make a difference. It's up to you if that's what it's going to be, right? So as long as you have fun and you work hard and learn, everything else will come behind that. Using the products, we're automatically going to do that. Wearing the brand, we're automatically going to do that. Talking to people, not necessarily so automatic, but if you put an intention on it, the rest of that will happen, right? Because some of us are using the hell out the products. Some of us are wearing the hell out the brand in the gym and the hell out the brand outside. But that key part is talking to people. The key part. I'd rather you not wear the button and you talk to 100 people than you wear the button and you talk to one person. You see the difference? Because the action, there is no action in where you're wearing the button. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, people will ask you about your button if you have it on. Like, yes, they will ask you. But the likelihood of you getting more people to say yes by you initiating, you talking, is higher than people just ask you about the button. Agree or disagree? Probably agree, right? So if you agree and you know that, do what's right. Do what's necessary. Do what you know is going to get you ahead. Don't do what's easy right now, right? And if you do that, I promise everything will work out for you how it's supposed to be. We have the challenge that we're running August 1st, correct? August 1st to August 21st. We have a lot of time to promote it. What's today, the 21st? So we have a whole last week and 3 days. We have 10 days to promote this motherfucker. Excuse my French again. We have 10 days to promote all of this, right? We have 10 days to promote it. Get to it. We're doing $20 or a full program, correct? Or 25? 25. So for the people that want to enter the challenge, you have option A or option B. Option A, you can get in the challenge and you can pay the $25. Boom, you're in the challenge. Or option B, you can get a full program and you're in the challenge. So have we decided on what the pot is going to be or no? Or are we just going to figure that out at the end? Or is there no pot? Or are we just doing no pot? Or are we just somebody let me know what we're doing?
Not everyone has confirmed that they're going to do the challenge. So far it was only me, you, Jorge, and Bridget.
Okay. So if you guys want to do the challenge, now obviously nobody has to do the challenge. It's not like a mandatory thing. But if you want to do business, if you want to move volume, if you want to get more clients, you want to make some money, I suggest that you say, yeah, you want to do the challenge. Nothing works if nothing works. You know what I'm saying? So if you want change, you must change. That sounds like Uncle Jimmy. In fact, that is actual Jimmy. So for you guys that are like skeptical about it because of maybe the results from your last challenge, as far as you getting people, maybe you had one person, maybe you had no people, maybe you said you were going to do it, you committed and you weren't able to get people. Ask somebody who had a lot of people in the challenge about what they were saying. Ask Bridget, ask Amanda, ask Jorge about what were you saying, what methods, what tactics were you taking to get people to say, yes, I want to do this challenge, right? What words was I using? What language was I saying for people to say, yes, I want to do this? So ask the people that are successful at it, right? So you can get better. So we're going to know. So let's try to get that. Let's try to get people committed to the challenge as far as coaches by, let's say Wednesday. Let's say by Wednesday, let's get everybody that wants to do the challenge as far as coaches committed to saying, okay, I'm in, right? So then we have a clarity about, okay, we have this many we have this many coaches. We can say, you know, whatever the pot may be, $50 per coach, whatever, right? If that's what it's going to be, I don't know. I'm just saying, right? $50 per coach to throw into the challenge which will equal whatever it'll be, right? For the grand pot. And then it's up to you to make your money back and then some by getting more people, right? I would say it's a little bit easier to say, hey, give me the 25 and you're in the challenge. But as far as business wise and volume going up, definitely want people to get on full programs or get on whatever, you know, the case may be, Shake and Tea, Lift Off and Tea and Beauty Booster and Aloe, whatever the case is. Get on these products, try the products out, order some more after the fact, and then we'll go from there. So let's try to get that done by Wednesday. Not try, let's get it done by Wednesday. So if you're watching this call now or in the future, just reply to me and I will put the official list about who's committed to the challenge, and we'll go from there. Other than that, you guys, is pretty much that's pretty much it as far as the call today. I just wanted to make it a little bit shorter because I know people got to pack and everything like that. I know myself, I got to pack for extravaganza. So it's going to be dope. Other than that, it's the middle of the month. We have 13 more days. 10 more days? Oh, 10 more days. We have 10 more days in the month to hit your goals, to hit your PMs, to hit your clients, to hit your distributors, whatever that may be. Us as an organization, we're doing pretty well right now as a whole org. Let's keep applying pressure. Let's keep talking to more people. Let's just keep doing what we need to do. If you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask, because nothing's a dumb question. There are some lazy questions, but nothing's a dumb question because you just might not know. But I suggest that you go on myherbalife.com first, because more than likely your answer is on myherbalife.com. Other than that, all questions are good questions. Do we have any questions about anything? If we want to talk about business in any form, we want to talk about anything, shoot the questions. Because if not, it's all gravy. But if you do, shoot them.
Hey,
what's up?
So when you guys went to the last ones, as far as like tabs go, did you guys just bring like little containers with the tabs in, or did you actually bring the bottles?
Tabs? Oh, like tablets? I brought the case, the little case that holds different
little pill.
tablet box. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Sure.
Again, if you're flying, yes, great reminder. If you're flying, if you're flying, everybody's flying. Be prepared to get stopped at TSA because they gon' check your powder. They gon' check it. That's just what it is. They gon' check it. They're gonna be like, what is this? They gonna open it up hella shit. You feel me? They don't care if it's sealed or not. They're going to check it. You feel me? They told me that the last couple of times. I'm like, bro, it's sealed. Because I remember I was going somewhere and I had a fresh whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you ain't got to open it. It's sealed. They're like, we don't give a fuck if it's sealed. We looking at this shit no matter what. I'm like, okay, bet. Like, so if you know, like, don't try to push it. I'm the type of person that I don't believe in getting to the airport 2 hours early just because I've been to the airport enough to know that that's an exaggeration. You know what I'm saying? For me, in my experience, right? If you get there about an hour early, you should be good, in my opinion, in my experience. But if you know you're traveling with a lot of products, because we're going to be gone for pretty much a week, most of us, you're going to have products with you, which means that TSA going to take a little bit of your time. Don't be that person that missed a flight because they got there a little too late and TSA took their time away and you missed your flight. And now you got to have a situation to where you upset and you might not make it to extravaganza, because that's going to be terrible. And you're going to feel like an asshole because it was your fault. It had nothing to do with nobody. You just didn't take the time to get there on time. It's going to be your fault. So my suggestion, get there a little bit early. I know I'm traveling with the to-go packs. So it's not even a big deal. Like, I'm not carrying canisters with me. I don't care if I'm drinking cookies and cream every morning. I'm 100% willing to trade a cookies and cream pack for 2 scoops of somebody else's shake if y'all want to go ahead and do that. But if not, I'm cool with drinking the cookies and cream every morning. I'm cool with it, right? The lift off, I'm taking them out of the box, putting them in just the individuals, taking them. tablet box, coming with the tablet box. You know what I'm saying? Beauty booster. If you bring a beauty booster, you might have to bring the container beauty booster. Okay, you might have to bring the container. Rebuild. Unless you got them capsules that Raina got, you might have to bring the canister rebuild. Unless you just gonna put it in a plastic bag. Regardless of how you do it, it will get checked. So don't try to hide it because they're gonna see it. So do your thing on that.
It's actually, the lady at TSA last year told me that it was easier because I put them in plastic bags. She said it's easier for them to check and more efficient because all they do is lay out the bag and press over it and then scan it. So it's easier if they don't have to go through the whole canister situation.
There you go. So thank you for that. Bring it. So put it in a plastic bag if that's how you're going to operate. It's all good. However you want to do it. There is no, you know what I'm saying, better way, I would say. Just understand what comes with the option that you choose.
You could just check your bag. If you're flying Southwest, you get a free bag.
You can just check your bag. You know what I'm saying? I know some people, you know what I'm saying, that check bag might be free. It might not be free. You feel me? It just depends on what flight you got, right? I know me, I don't really check bags. I be liking to have my stuff with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nothing to happen. I don't need my bag to end up in Houston when I'm supposed to be going to New Orleans. That would be terrible. So you know what? Let me just have my bag with me. That's just me. You choose what you feel like is best for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave that to y'all. Other than that, you guys, I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, that's all I have. So it'll be awesome. I'm going to see you guys. I think this is going to be the first time that we're all going to be together like at once, right? Like it's been pockets of us together. It's been like some of us here, some of us not here. Okay, some of us from this side here, some of us not here. Pretty much the whole organization is coming, and that's going to be dope. So make sure that we have really good photos. If somebody has a camera of any capacity that's better than an iPhone, even though the iPhone is, legit. If anybody has some form of camera and you want to bring it, please, if you can. If not, it's fine. Of course, we'll make do with, you feel me, the iPhones or whatever the case is. Get a lot of pictures in, get a lot of videos in, get a lot of social media stories going, a lot of social media posts, because what you do now will determine how your next 90 days is going to go as far as now into LDW, right? If you want to be walking the stage at LDW as a new whatever level you're going for, Extravaganza is going to be the spark plug for that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, hit me up if you need me. I'm going to see you guys in New Orleans this week. It's going to be dope. It's going to be awesome. And let's get it.